Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to Spiritual Ranch. In the vicinity of Spiritual Ranch. Little guy, don't knock on the phone. Yeah, back over here, little guy, this way, over here. All right, little guy's ambitious this morning to get his treat. There we go, little guy. Everybody say we love little guy. Good. Yeah. Anyhow, back on top of the mountain here. Yesterday's read we did here at the very bottom of the mountain down the hole. But I'm looking down there right now, and ooh, it's icy. It's all like white, you know. I don't think I can get it on the camera, but you can see all the way down to the. You can't see the river, but you can see all the way down to the bottom, you know. And it's just white down there. It's icy, you know. There's a bridge out here, coming in here that I gotta be cautious on. I slid on it the other day, boy, and it caught me. It was really icy, so it's been getting cold. Happy winter, right, you guys? And so, anyhow, we're gonna go ahead and get a quick read done here. Check the energies just for whatever reason that spirit wants us to check them for. And oh, look, I got hold still. Big old tick on him, yeah. Them things, man, nasty, them ticks. Anyhow. That might be a message in itself right there. So if you're feeling like anything's been a little bit parasitic on you, on your life, or whatever, in your energies, maybe you need to just kind of check over yourself real quick and check out what kind of energies have been draining you. You know, so that might be a little message in that. All right, little guy, give me space. Come on, out. Thank you, buddy. Here, actually, here, little guy. Go get the stick. Anyhow, it's wakey bakey, guys. You know, first thing in the morning for me. I live for that shit. Carrying the hell word. So anyhow, we're gonna do this thing up real quick. I'm gonna try and make us a quick message. Just a quick message here. We're gonna ask Spirit to lead, guide, and direct us. We're gonna ask Father God, Mother God to always bless us and ensure us the abundance moving into our future here, and to definitely to protect us, protect our loved ones, and most importantly, right now, protect our head spaces and protect us from any kind of predatory relationships or any kind of like not relationships, but like any kind of parasitic energies right now. Because honestly, there's a lot of parasites out here currently, and like what I'm talking about, you know. I think we might be feeling the machines already, you know, in our own way. And so I know that they're profiting off of us, and that's how they're going to build their artificial empire around us. And so it's essential, as 242 on the timer, it's essential that we right now have a lot of awareness and be very thoughtful. You know, those of us who are who are aware right now, who understand these messages that are coming at us from the natural kingdom, you know, that are trying to really get us to be drawn back into the natural kingdom and out of the cage that's been closing in on around us, that's unnaturally been constructed and built, and it's become extremely artificial at this point, you know, because like, you know, another thing that I was thinking about too the other day is like virtual reality. I mean, just these terms, you know, like think about it. Do you want to live in a virtual reality, or do you want to live in absolute reality? You know, and so that's what we're trying to do. That's what my channel is. That's the goal of my channel here. I'm Shesh. I'm the Off-Grid Oracle. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. My name stands for She Who Whispers Loudly with a Sharpened Tongue. And so it's not a voice that's going to be heard by many, but it's going to be heard by those who are here to fight that war with Father God. It's a call to arms, you know. And so right now, it's very important that if you do pick up what I'm putting down, that you continue in that path of delivering that message yourself. You know, get out there and speak it, no matter what, no matter how they look at you like you're crazy or you're stupid or whatever, you know. A couple of the members of this collective, I'm not going to call nobody out, but you guys should start your own channels too. I mean, who cares? Who cares if you got 2 views every time? It doesn't matter. You know, it's like we got to awaken each other one person at a time, you know? And so it's really important that if you're having a message that's resonating in you because you felt a lot of sorrow because of the state of the affairs of the world that's around you, you know, well, that sorrow that you've been feeling is that parasitic energy that I'm talking about. And so we've had an opportunity to remove those ticks. You know, we're having awareness now to see what it is that's been zapping our energy and draining our energy. And we have an ability now to stand in our own because we're like, nah, nothing's going to fucking feed on us anymore, you know. So good energy, guys. This is a good message already. We haven't even pulled a card yet. That's why we love little guys. We got to give him a treat because that tick's over there eating on him, you know. And he brought this message in for us, right? Good job, little guy. So kind of like in that last message, the one message I did where I was talking about the man's need to being a little bit of an invasive, it's like, because it's that way a little bit in the sense that it deprives the other living organisms in the forest of its nutrients, and so it's of its sustenance, of its light, and so nothing else can go around it, and so it's like that's what they're trying to do right now by weakening us with these small parasitic energies. It's like they're trying to attach as many of these little ticks on us as they possibly can, so that eventually they're sucking us dry, energetically speaking, and we ain't got nothing left for ourselves to make a stand when that time comes where we have to make a stand, So it's like when we're getting led down that feed chute or down that kill floor, when they're trying to get us down there so they could be done with us in that feedlot. We have to have that wisdom still and that strength to turn around when it comes to that last gate before we go in there and they, you know what I'm saying? They harvest you. And that's where we're at right now, And so be aware. Be aware, be on your program, be on your regular routine, on your regular program, and really feed your mind and feed your heart and feed your soul right now with healthy, nourishing stuff that you need. Feed your body with the most nourishing goods, food that you can get, that are as closely derived from what God has created, and that are not artificial, are not artificially influenced, and it's not packaged, especially too, it's like we got even, and I mean even bread, even if you think you're buying a great bread, but it's like pre-made and it's packaged and it's got a whole list of ingredients on it. You can make bread at home, and it's going to have a way fewer ingredients list, and it's going to be way better for you, and it's going to give you soul nourishment too as you create it, instead of just opening up a plastic bag and pulling your slices out and watching your loaf get smaller and smaller, so you got to go buy another one. You could have the joy of watching it, kneading your dough, working it, and then letting it grow, letting it rise, watching it rise, and you can save some from it, that make big batch, save it for the next day, and every day you could rise a new loaf of bread and watch it grow and have that experience with the creation that God's created, with the creation of them microbes and stuff, so that they could do that favor for us, which is make us bread, and then we're not as detached away from God's creation. We can live within that creation with a better understanding. Making bread makes us more enlightened. It makes us more divine, and so those processed foods that they're throwing at us, or even what are considered whole grain and like all that healthy stuff, right? Still organic and all this vegan and all that. Well, it creates a waste stream, and it's packaged in plastic and all this shit, which are all those little ticks that they're trying to attach to us that make us feel guilty, make us feel like we have less, make us have lack mentality, make us feel like we got to buy more, right? And then like we buy the bread, and then we throw away the bag. We feel guilty about throwing away the bag. Well, we can avoid all of that shit by just buying a bag of flour that's packaged in paper that you can burn in your wood stove. And then all you need is yeast and salt and oil, and you got bread, bro. I'm speaking truth here, okay? So anyways, we're gonna ask Spirit, real quick, why we got these tin cups right there on the bottom of the deck. Honestly, when I picked the deck up too with temperance, bam! We've had a lot of this energy right here, guys. That's I don't know. The awkward oracle, the OGO, likes that energy right there, big time. Okay, trust me. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, that's good. All right. And so, as a reader, I'm the one that is resonating with these energies, so I can bring this message to you in a way that makes sense to you too, because we're all connected, And so that's the job of the reader, is to know how certain things resonate in their experience, right? And so it's like I know why that energy is like, bam, that's good energy. And so like, man. Telling you, good energy. That's good energy. That's the Wheel of Fortune and the Hangman in the reverse right there, right? Which is the ending of the karmic cycles, okay? And so it's like we've just healed our karmic energies big time coming out of this Saturn retrograde. That was a huge healing energy for us right there, you guys. And now the sacrifices that we've made in the past are going to fully pay off for us, because the wheel's turning in our favor right now. It's coming in our favor because karmically we did the right thing. Whatever it was, and it was hard, like we really had to process a lot of that. We did the work to remove them ticks that have been feeding on us for all this time, for our entire lifetime, and for multiple generations. It's not just our entire lifetime, but it's every lifetime that we've had. This has been happening recurrently, and since beginning of creation, since the very beginning of time, since time primordial, because we're ancient souls. Or else, otherwise, when I talk about salmon and acorns and all this shit like that, you wouldn't understand what I was talking about. Like when I mentioned making bread and how you're going to have a closer relationship with God if you make your own bread, because you're working with the microbes that Father God's provided for us to also provide for us like that, then that's going to make you closer to God. Most people might think that's kind of crazy, but it's the truth, I mean, when you understand that yeast farts are why bread rises, then you understand what it means to be alive. And when we eat living food, like I was saying here, it's like when we eat living food that's not packaged in death, then we don't feel left out in the cold. Bam. Get me? We can stand in the forest and we are not left out in the cold because we know exactly how it is that God provides for us, and we know that there's food everywhere. We know that the only thing we have to worry about is feeding ourselves and feeding our children, keeping them warm and keeping them safe, okay? And if there's not an artificial predator around us that's trying to destroy us like they are, in this church of mammon, see? If we all don't rely on money, if the church of mammon gets toppled on its head, there's plenty of food, there's plenty of water, there's plenty of warmth, there's plenty of everything that we need out here just to sustain ourselves, to stay alive and be very happy. The sorrow, the grief, the exclusion, the feeling like we ain't got enough to fucking be a part of the group and all that fucking shit only exists because of the system of mammon that we're all drowning in right now. And what Spirit's telling us is like, well, there is a solution, you guys. And it's not going to be in the stock market. It's not going to be in Bitcoin. It's not going to be in gold and silver. It's going to be in what you put your belly in your belly, and how you give reverence, or how you show love to that which provides for you, which is the Great Spirit, the Divine One, our Holy Father, our Holy Mother. And we don't have to fear them ever. We walk alone away from the church of lies. We walk away from the institution that's a brick and mortar that doesn't have any love or respect for the living God. They want us to eat everything out of plastic because they want us to be plastic, because then they can control us, dominate us, rule us, and do whatever they want with us. As soon as they can separate us so far from Father's kingdom that we can no longer be identified as a human being, they can patent our asses, and then they can do whatever they want to our asses. Think about that, you guys. They're going to own our children. That's what they want to do. That's what they're trying to do. And that's why we have to step away from that institution, okay? Don't be afraid. Don't have sorrow. Don't be afraid. Just do it right now. It's our opportunity. This is our chance, okay? And there's 10 of Cups that comes along with that, like on that bottom of that deck with that Temperance card and the Lovers on the bottom of the deck. You know me, you guys. I'm not one of them, but good work, that's good work, you guys. Get ready for what it is that's coming right now, okay? We're not all gonna have to stand alone on this all the time right now. God's really bringing us in, this is what we hear a lot about on these channels, but yeah, Spirit's bringing us into, in with our calling. They're bringing it in right now, and the High Priestess, we've known that for a long, long time, and we're going to get rewarded now for our ability to listen to ourselves, and to stand in that, to stand alone and to say, hey, I see through the guys, I see through the bullshit, I see for a fucking fact that whatever's running that church over there, it's not real. It's like the High Priestess has been saying the whole time that this is the Wizard of Oz. That's what she's been saying. She's saying, nah. No. Hey, little guy, you're going to knock the phone over, man. We can't keep doing that. Bam, shakes everybody up, bro. The little guy's looking real handsome sitting in the sun. No, bro. Hey, little guy. I love you. Yeah, I know. Hey. Little guy. Hey, you got to let me do this thing. I got to hurry. I got to get that fire going, right? So, little guy, go get the stick. Go get the stick. See? Go get it. Go get it, little guy. Go get it. Bam! So we've known the whole time. This one right here is Wizard of Oz, is behind that curtains right there. See, Wizard of Oz is back in here. This is us saying, screw this shit. We don't give a fuck if we're in Kansas anymore. Not. We say we want to be in the real world. That's us. That's what we're saying. Hell, fuck them. No way, man. Because we've known the whole time that the lies that they're telling, so it's like their priests are not telling the truth. They're just trying to manipulate you from behind the curtain so they can do whatever they want to you. And that's what we've been trying to preach. That's what we've known for a long time. And that's why we've never been afraid to step away from that institution, And so now, King of Pentacles in the reverse. right? And that's that energy that we've been talking about, because that's the Church of Mammon. That's the devil right there. The King of Pentacles in the reverse is the devil. That's the devil, because that's an worship of gold. You know, that's the belief. As the King of Pentacles in the reverse is the belief that we can't have anything unless we have money in our pocket. You know, and so it's like the only way you can have bread is if you go buy a loaf of bread down at the grocery store, because you don't know how to acquire bread any other way. You know, like you don't have the ability to take that action any other way than through with having a coin in your pocket. You gotta be rich, gotta have money. You know, it's like, oh, I'm gonna starve if I don't have money. Well, that's the King of Pentacles in the reverse, but that's the devil talking to you, you know. And so the action that we're taking here as the chosen ones with this High Priestess, see, that's High Priestess is taking action right now, and the actions that she's taking are she's letting God feed her now. You know, we, you know, she, us, the chosen ones, all of us who are standing in this High Priestess energy right now, who came out as the Empress. And yesterday, it came out as the Empress and the Queen of Wands yesterday, right? Hot, 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 okay? Well, definitely hot, 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 you know? And right now, the ones that are in trouble are these Queen of Cups energies, okay? And so we're surrounded by a world right now that is emotionally deranged because they lust for money, you know? Their only love is money. And so it's like really hard to calculate love terms in dollars and bills, you know, in coins. You know, you can't value how much you love somebody because of how much you think they're worth on paper, or else you know nothing about love, you know. And a lot of us out here today are getting stuck in a path where we're not being aware of this. Look, guys, that's my stick. I'm using it. Little guy, hey, go. I love you, little guy. Anyways, like I was saying, okay. And so that's the energy of, you know, and that's why we're the Empress here, coming out again today, bottom deck, you know, bottom deck. So the Empress is here again. And so we're here to start a new empire, you guys. We're here to build an empire away from money, away from mammon. This is a new movement, you know. This is an anti-money movement. This our new revolution is going to be the revolution that takes us away from the superficial, from the artificial, you know. But the artificial God that we've been worshiping most fiercely has been gold. Your money, you know, it's like all the atrocities that's in the world has been built on the back of our lust for money. But that church is breaking now, it's broken now, you know. And that's why it's like, even in the Bible, you know, they worship a God that told them, hey, you guys got to go give up all your earrings and all your shit like that, because we're going to build this new tabernacle that only our ones that we select out of the herd are going to be allowed to enter, you know. But then they're going to have all of your gold, you know, because that's what they were after, you know. And the whole time they were just after the gold for whatever foolish reason, you know, only because they knew they needed it, I guess, in order to create the technology right now that's going to create the ultimate slave class, you know. And that's what they've been really trying to accomplish here, and they're getting there. But they're not going to defeat the Empress, because the Empress is not going to be deceived by anything that's superficial. See, like I said about this Empress before, you know, she sits in the forest on her throne. And so she knows damn good and well what is real, and she knows damn good and well what is not real. Okay? And she's going to tell the whole world what is real, right? And the world's going to listen to her because she's a High Priestess. All right? A High Priestess. And so she can speak to you without even words, and she can listen to you even better without words, you know? And you don't got to say a damn thing to her, and she knows exactly what you're fucking saying. And so it's high time that the world starts to listen to her. And not her, because that's the one right now who's dominating our inside empire, where we feel broke. Little guy, hey, out of here, man. Hey, you're really messing up the program here, little guy. I'm out of treats, but here, go get that stick if you want it so bad. There you go. Trade him for my teacup. So, don't listen to her. She's inside of us telling us that we don't have the emotional fulfillment that we need, because we don't have the money that we need to buy our emotional fulfillment, where we know better than that. We stepped out of that fucking church here, you know. We're listening to ourselves now, and we're like, no, we're really happy with what it is that we've learned. That empire that we're going to build, because this is what it's happening. This is what it is, you know. As is this, we're coming into a period where the financial collapse that's coming. So this system's going to break down. It's going to collapse all the way around us. And when it does, that's going to open the doors for us to now not try to rebuild that system of mammon, but to really go back to the resources that sustain us through that period of lack that we're going to have because we've over harvested everything, you know? And so it's like the problem with Earth is not like climate change or global warming or any of this stuff that they talk about, but it's about the problem is it's about over harvesting, you know? It's like we can't harvest it so heavily, you know? At least what is they say that's available to us, because I think that we're lied to about how much land is on Earth actually, you know? And I'm not like a flat lander, but they're definitely lying to us. Page cups in the reverse. They don't want you to believe yourself, you know. They don't want you to believe in yourselves. So you gotta listen. We gotta listen to High Priestess here, energy, you guys. And so that's a good read. I'm gonna kind of leave it right there, you know. So I'm gonna get to work, and then I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna pop up. I'm gonna do another one here at lunchtime. I'm trying to kind of hit you here and there, and then you know I'm just doing it different out here. And so I'm the High Priestess, you know, trying to figure out how to communicate with y'all, you know, trying to figure out how to relay this message that I know so deeply inside of myself that it is the truth, you know. And so those of you who these messages are resonating with, that's the one thing that I need you to hear most importantly with these messages is, you know, what Spirit wants you to hear is that you too need to start to teach the world what it is that you've always known intuitively, you know, and what it is too that you know about them. Because as a High Priestess, you know, we're, like I said, you know, we're highly attuned. And so it's like we're highly attuned. And so it's no problem to know what's up with the motherfuckers, you know, with everybody out here, you know. And it's like difficult. That's hard path to be in because yeah, there's a lot of this energy right here. They don't feel good. They don't want to talk about it, you know. Like they don't and it's multi-generational too. So you can see here like that's multi-generational emotional manipulation. Okay, and so we've all been underneath this psyop for a long time, and they've been coming after us multi-generationally. And so it's not just one bloodline, but it's not just one generation. I mean, you know, it's like 2, 3, even 4, even. You know, it's like they attacked us. You know, with the Industrial Revolution, really, they came at us hard in our mind space, you know, propaganda. After they invented the printing press, really, that's why that Benjamin Franklin coin, when it comes out on my table, kind of catches a lot of shit, you know, because they've been emotionally manipulating us and destroying our family units and our ability to stand as tribe and feed ourselves and trust our generations, you know. So it's like our youth don't trust the elders, and the elders don't trust the youth, and they don't even communicate to each other, and that's a fucking problem. That's a big fucking problem. And don't think I don't think about it. I live out here all by myself, you know. I'm not going to be this youthful 4,000 years old that I am right now, you know. And so what am I going to do when I'm 8,000 years old and there ain't nobody out here to help me cut firewood? You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, we got to think about this shit long term. And we got to know intuitively what we have to heal out here amongst the masses, because as we see these truths inside of ourselves, we're becoming fully healed, you know, fully healed, eternal beings out here, starseed, with a massive message for the masses that it ain't going to be very easy for them to choke it down. And so that's why we got to figure out intuitively how to make it taste sweet, you know, guys. Good work. And so I love you. Empress energy, like I said, at the bottom of the deck, you know, and that King of Pentacles is trying to pop out up right now, you know, but they kind of cook their own goose, you know. If they want to worship Mammon, they can't join the Empress and the empire that she's building that's going to feed everybody abundantly into the future. They're going to have to eat that gold they love so dearly, you know. They're going to have to stand with their God and belly up to that table, and they can have their gold and their silver and their guns and their nastiness and all their bullshit, you know. They could eat them plastic bags that they've been shoving down our throats all these years, and they can deal with it. Tell us how healthy it is for them. Tell us how healthy it is for them while we get our passionate brand new beginning with the amount of other energies that we're trying to sneak out in that read there, you know. So hey guys, good work, you know, and stay true to yourself, you know. And now that you really are able to love yourself the way that you do, because you've seen yourself in the darkest of light, well, you got that torch in your hand. You got that torch in your hand now. And so it's like you spend a lot of time in hermitage, and as we all have, chosen ones, you know, those of you who are relating, you know, that understand what I'm talking about. We've been spending a lot of time alone, but we're fumbling around with that fucking lantern because we're in that darkness, you know. And so we're kind of fumbling around with that lantern, trying to figure out, man, how we get this motherfucker lit, you know. And we want to put it up on the table so everybody can see it. But we were like, well, fuck, we didn't know where to put the gas in it. We didn't know where how to make the wick work and all of that fucking shit, right? And so we sat there kind of in the dark for a long time. But then God just gave us the match. chill, bam, that's what that fucking match is, you know. And so now we're like, well, we fuck this whole time we're out here trying to fucking get this shit started with sticks, but now God gave us a fucking match, and that's that Ace of Wands, you know, because an Ace of Wands comes with fire in it, you know. It ain't just a fucking stick. You know, God rub two sticks together to get an Ace of Wands, you know. When God hands you an Ace of Wands, that's already that dynamite and it's your fucking hands, you know. And so you just lit that lantern right now, and it's a bright light. And so a lot of people are going to look in that light and they're going to get blinded, and you know, and we got to accept that. But those of us that have that bright light inside of us too, we're going to see that light in each other and really grow right now. A lot of growth available for us, you guys. So that's good. Fire, man. Fire, 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 fire. You know I love fire. Love fire. Can't wakey bakey. Can't have that fucking morning smoke if you ain't got yourself fire, you know. And so we all need a little bit of fire, you know. And so it's time to let this motherfucker burn. And I'm proud of us, you know. I am. I'm really proud of us. I'm talking to us, Starseed, the chosen ones, the ones that know everything, feel everything, you know, that know we exist, you know, and can feel each other right now. And that's where we gain our strength, because it's like we're so few, you know, and there's a lot of manzanita in between us still, you know. But we know that there's other oak trees out there, but we're all getting ready, you know, because that's what we're gonna take this fire that right now our light's gonna shine so brightly that it's gonna blind them manzanitas. They're just gonna go away right now, and then we're gonna be back into a natural state that is where we can flourish and we can see each other again. We're gonna be like, hey, there's another oak tree over there. Could see you and all that fucking manzanita. Now the oak tree's gonna be like, what's up, brother? You know, and so that's what we're doing right now, and that's what we're working through right now, and we're doing a very good job. And so this is a good message, you know. I love you guys. Thank you very much, you know, and thank you, God, very much, very much. Peace out, you know. Hang in there, guys. Have a good day.